need. You'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Mail. Get scheduled today.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to SmokingGunJerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Welcome into Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Bill Mitchner.
Welcome to Be a Beacon. Happy Wednesday. This is not Bill Mitchner. This is your favorite Drew in the world. This is Drew Haverman. Today we are here, Bill Free, and we have some special guests. First of all, we have the main man, Harrison, in the corner there. Just always got to give a shout out to the guy running the boards, you know. And we also have 2 of our admins, 2 of our associate principals from Lincoln, Nebraska here. 2 leaders from Lincoln Northeast High School are both in the studio with us right now. Both of them are very deeply connected to this community. I actually found out that one of them is related to my barber instructor, which is kind of the craziest, you know, small world we've ever had. But we got a returning board member and a returning guest as well with Collin Clare. And we also have, in his first time here, Mr. Adan Martinez joining us today. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having us. Yes, You're much better looking than Bill.
I've been saying it every day. I'm waiting for someone else to say it too. Thank you. Everybody hear that? All right, good. Now, real quick, Collin, we kind of got your backstory a little bit last time you were here, you know, football, that walk on, clicking out Nebraska, you know. I mean, I'm not going to throw that out there. We could use you a little bit, but Adan, I kind of wanted to know your journey before we got started because, I mean, we always want to get to know our principals. We want to get to know the admins. So I know I worked with you a little bit with ASP last year at Lincoln High, but you're over at Northeast now. How'd you get there?
So it's been a long story, and it's been a long journey for me. Overall, I grew up here in Lincoln. I attended Park Middle School. I went on to Lincoln High. I'll be honest, when I was at Lincoln High, I did not make it, and I ended up expelled from Lincoln High and ended up transferring and getting sent over to Bryan Community. When I got over to Bryan, that is where I really shifted and started changing how I was as a student and realized that I really need to focus on education. Ended up graduating, got a scholarship. That scholarship is really what started changing my process of maybe I can do college. After graduation, I did not go straight into college though, because I was nervous. I was the first person in my family to go to college. So I didn't know the steps. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what to do. So I ended up going to Kawasaki, worked at Kawasaki for a few years. And then I got a call from my former principal, Becky Breed, and she asked me, "Hey, do you still want to use this scholarship because you're running out of time?" So I ended up going back and starting the scholarship through Southeast Community College. When I did the scholarship, I just started with one class, and that one class led to 2 classes, to 3 classes, to 4 classes. Ended up transferring from Southeast Community College to UNL. Started the UNL program for teaching and education. Through all that, I was a paraeducator at North Star High School, and was a paraeducator for about 5 years or so, and was just kind of learning on the job, trying to figure things out. I also started working at the Juvenile Detention Center. Was out there for 10 years, working on Saturday mornings. And then through all that, I ended up graduating. After graduation, I went to Color Middle School to teach there for a year. And then I went back to North Star, ended up at North Star for a total of 12 years. Then I got a call when I started my school counseling degree to go to Lincoln High, and they asked me if I would become a counselor there. So I got there in 2018. Was at Lincoln High, I was at Lincoln High for about 7 years. The last 3 years, I became an administrator, a coordinator, and that's where I started my education on the admin side, and really just started learning. Started working with you at the Lighthouse, and that's where I just continued my journey, trying to figure out what that next step was. And about a year and a half ago, I got a call from Northeast High School to try to take the next step in associate principal, and got the call, did the interview, it went well, and they offered it to me. To me, it was a no-brainer. Yeah. I need to take that next step, and I've been at Northeast ever since. It's been a fun journey.
And that's like I'm not trying to, like, that's the journey that, like, you don't hear about all the time, those, you know what I mean? You kind of, I was talking about with a kid today. We were watching this TV show. I don't know if anybody's watched it. It's called Freaks and Geeks. I don't know. It's about
classic.
Great.
So many good actors in that.
Like, everybody's in it. You got Shia LaBeouf's even in that. But it's one of those shows where, you know, those high school shows are always kind of focused on the popular kids and the athletes and that. And then sometimes the popular shows will focus on the, you know, the nerds and the not cool kids. But there's never the show about regular people, the regular kids who just like comedy, who don't get straight A's, but don't get straight F's. They get C's, they get B's, and they sometimes fall through the cracks, and we don't ever hear about them. But like, your story and your journey is like such a real one that like a lot of kids can relate to. And the best part to me, that from what you said, is like, it doesn't stop. Like, your journey could have stopped at Kawasaki, and like a lot of people's does, but like, you kept going. And Collin, like, for you, it's just, you guys have very different paths to the same sort of finish line. Do you see that a little bit? Adan tells his story.
Yeah. So actually, I knew of Adan a little bit. He and my wife went through graduate program together, administration degrees together, and you know, I knew of him just from he's been a leader in the district for a while, and so when I had the opportunity to interview,
that's for sure.
Interview over at Northeast, I was thinking, oh, that'd be sweet. And we went to a conference last summer and sat down and talked for a little bit and had a good conversation. And so I've learned a ton. We've only worked together for like 3 months, but I've learned a ton from Adan. He's been super helpful to me. And like, I just sit back and kind of watch him. Like, he's like the kid whisperer.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I sit back and watch him, and you know, he's got an amazing story that kids can relate to. And I respect him for not shying away from that story. Like, he like stands firm in that story. And not only that, like, he's a true leader, and someone that I definitely look up to and look forward to working with every day. So
you said leader what the kids look up to him, and it's kind of cool to have both y'all here, because you two are two of the admins that I've had kids by name mention as admins that they like, that they can turn to, that they can talk to, that they're not scared to go to the office because they got Mr. Claire they can come talk to. They got Mr. Martinez they can come talk to. I've had multiple kids. Now, I haven't, not from Northeast yet this year, but from Lincoln High last year and the year before that and all that, who Mr. Martinez was their guy. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people, because the kids aren't going to tell you that. They're going to tell the other adults around you. So like, you're not going to get those flowers when you deserve them. So I just make sure you guys know that your name does carry weight in this city with those kids. like especially in my program where it's kind of the behavioral kids.
The other thing that I respect about Adan is he's a true culture person. So like not just kids, but like shaping culture within the area that he's in. And so that's been really fun to learn about kind of the different ideas that he brought to the table in his first year at Northeast and see those blossom. And like we talked about it this summer at our school improvement meeting, where like a lot of his ideas, people are like, we need to keep this going because it increases culture. And so his ideas are he's not just the kid whisperer, but he brings a culture that is really admirable. So
how important is that to you, on culture? And I mean, we're coming from a very diverse city here, you know, and each pocket's a little bit different. You've kind of been in each pocket now.
I think being at different schools, North Star, Lincoln High, and now Northeast, I've seen a little bit of everything. And so I've seen how the North Star culture is. I've experienced and lived the Lincoln High culture. And now coming over to Northeast, you feel that culture, you want to build it. And even something as simple as a pep rally. And last year we brought back the pep rallies, and that was, you can feel it. The students wanted it. The teachers wanted it, the staff wanted it. And so we brought it back, and it really it made it more lively. Yeah. And so that is something we are really trying to work on with the Northeast community. We want to bring it back. We want to bring the families back. We want to bring the community back in and really just let Northeast shine.
Northeast is kind of one of the schools that is, I find it kind of rare that it's kind of in a neighborhood. You know, it's one like Southeast and Northeast are kind of one of the few high schools that they're not just on a busy street. They're like actually kind of tucked away. Do you feel like that kind of makes the community a little bit more important? Like that kind of tight knit community a little more important because the kids are probably seeing each other just because they're.
I would say absolutely. The history that is around Northeast. If you talk to the students, the families that come in, each person, their grandparents graduated from there, their parents, their brothers, their sisters. And so to have that legacy, I think that is what we are trying to, I guess, continue and really just bring out. And even if you come to an event, you'll see everyone comes with their gear. Everyone comes to represent, and everyone wants to be there for the same goal, that bringing that culture together.
I didn't know much about Northeast when I was in high school, just because like I'm Southeast side of town and all that. But what I do remember was the fans. It's like a Husker game. The fans traveled. You know what I mean? Like they would pack out the fields, pack out Seacrest, pack out the basketball courts, and it was always like, oh, okay, yeah, Northeast is going to come deep though. That's for sure.
I will just use the example. I'd kind of forgotten about that. We had an interview. We were interviewing for an administrative position back in March. And after the interviews, we were going to go stop by the basketball game. And we walked down there, and it was a district final game. So it's going to be a little bit more packed, but I'm not like, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, to the brim, people standing out in the concourse area, watching through the door. Like, it was crazy.
I remember being a kid loving that gym, to be honest, because the snack bar was just like right there.
Oh yeah.
Too. You know, like, I used to love that part.
So anyways, it's a really neat, as Adan said, culture. And, you know, there was a lot of work that Adan did last year to really listen and just a really solid leader. So,
well, and Collin, last time you were here, I believe it was the summertime, and you were kind of just getting ready to transition over. You were at Pound when you left. How has that kind of been different? Now, you worked a little bit in middle schools too, Adan. What is that jump like when you go from that middle school to the high school? Because it's an admin, you're still similar position, but you can't have the same reactions to the kids as high schools and middle school. What's that like?
I think you have to recognize the age difference. So going from, remember, I was at Southeast as a coordinator prior to going to Pound, and that jump was challenging because the same reaction that you would give a high schooler, you know, an 18-year-old to an 11-year-old. I know that's like the high and low end of it, but we had those, right? Yeah. Like, you had sixth graders that you're dealing with that you've really got to like slow down and recognize that they're not 18. And so, yeah,
they're 11.
That's exactly right. The emotional intelligence of an 11-year-old just flat out is different. But I mean, I purposefully wanted to make the move back because I missed the interactions, and I feel like that's kind of, some people are elementary, middle, high.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was a high school person, and so it's been awesome. I've really enjoyed it. We have a really solid group of teachers. We have a really solid administrative team. Our new principal is phenomenal, and learning a ton from new people, and just it's been a really great shift back.
Yeah.
I would add that having Collin over at Northeast this year has been a blessing because just his leadership and his vision for things. For example, we recently had a fire drill that was not a drill. And
Collin started the fire. Okay.
As we're walking out during lunch, as we're walking out, the only thing I can think of is, man, how are we going to get back in and how are we going to return and still allow the kids to have lunch? And within seconds, Collin was like, we got this. I know what to do. And his leadership there, to me, was like, man, that was amazing. Like, he just worked on the fly. He knew what to do. He figured it out. And within 30 minutes, we were back to normal. Yeah. And so it was like nothing. It was smooth.
And I love that because like you noticed that, and you know who else probably noticed that? The kids. You know what I mean? They don't got to, if they're ever in an issue where like, I don't know what's going on, but they can see Mr. Claire's here. They're gonna be like, okay, Mr. Claire's got this. I can trust that. The room's got Mr. Martinez got this. I can trust. Like sometimes like we don't understand that, just like we trust our coworkers all the time, but like just the kids seeing our trust in our coworkers is going to build the trust in them as well. We were talking about a little bit earlier. We had a kid. I forgot I was going with it. Whatever. What's good thing? Now, how would you guys' staff probably describe your leadership style, though? We talked about leadership a little bit. How would they, because we know how important the relationship is, but there's still parts of the time where you have to, you can't just always be the friend. I'm always everybody's friend, but sometimes you got to be the dad. You got to get kind of a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more leadership. How do you guys do that differently?
I would say, I guess I'm just a big listener. So I'm going to listen to what the staff wants, what we can do to help support, and then how can we take that next action step and move forward. And so, especially last year when I came in, I'm coming to a brand new building that I'm not used to. And when I come in, it's you hear this, that, you hear this, and then they have seen, I guess, different leadership come through. And so I don't want to be the one to let them down and come in and like, oh, this guy's no good. He doesn't know what he's doing. And so it was more of that listening to figure out, all right, how can we help support? How can we take the next steps? And then what can we do to really just be that leader and lead, but also lead by example. Yeah.
That's one of the big things we do at Lighthouse too, is we talked about it on our episode, role modeling. You tiny ears, you're always aware of who's watching and who's listening. Collin, what's your leadership style kind of like?
Oh man.
You got big dad vibes, Collin. I know that already.
Dad vibes. All right. I am a dad. Shout out to my 4 and 2-year-old Noah and George. I don't know if they're listening, but love you guys. I would say like at the end of the day, I love having fun. So like I'm always gonna be the one that cracks a joke. But I think my leadership style, like I like to explain it like a duck on water. Right? Like down below, you're working, you're doing, up above, you're calm. And I think that calming presence is important, but similar to Adan, like I want to sit here and listen and hear people out and get to know people and be a coach, I want to serve through coaching. And I think coaches learn a lot from the people that they coach. Good coaches do. Yeah. And you have to become better. You've got to learn from others around you. So I want to serve through coaching and at the same time not take myself too serious.
Yeah, I always and same with the kids. The kids are gonna take you not serious if you take yourself too serious. Right. Like this always that fine line of like what they do these days is the kids pretend like they don't care, but they care so much, and when they're not caring, they're caring extra hard. But that's just them. I had a little bit of advice that a teacher gave the other day, and I kind of disagreed with it. And I just kind of wanted to get your guys' take on it. They were like, oh, I just talk to the kids like they're adults. And in my head, I was like, I understand where that can be a good thing. Like you're just trying to keep it real with them. But then that same student had an issue where they were upset and they were trying to calm down, and then that same administrator was trying to talk to them like an adult, and it's like, you can't talk to this 12-year-old like an adult now that they're upset, because now they're extra upset and they're still 12. Where do you guys find that line in like keeping it real, talking to them, talking down to a child, and then having that balance of like, I'm not talking down to you, but I am an authority figure, and I have to tell you what we're doing right now. Because striking that balance, I know as a dad and with the behavioral kids that I work with, is like the hardest thing in the world, because you can be joking with them 1 second, and then they see that, oh, you're the fun guy, but then they think they can cross that line. So you're like, okay, no, I'm not the fun guy this time. But
I think one of the things that I think about is I always put myself in their shoes, because I was that behavior kid. I was that student that struggled. And I really have to think about how am I going to address this and make sure that I'm really getting to the point, but also addressing the issue that is coming up. And as we do that, we have to be real. I think that's why I like high school so much, because you can be real, you can joke around, you can kind of be yourself a little more. But we also have to show them that we're there to teach them. We are in school to learn. So students are going to make mistakes, but we have to help coach him, as Collin said, help them take that next step in high school, so that when they get out in the real world, to college, to jobs, so whatever they want to do, we can help them have that smooth transition as they get into the world.
yeah, you're making good adults around here. What you think, Collin?
Yeah, same approach. I would say it's always got to be a calm front first.
Yeah,
because you come in guns blazing. I mean, it's not, there's going to be a shutdown or like a fight or flight response, right? So it's got to be calm. You've got to hear the kid out. But like, you'd be surprised once you start hearing the kid out and they're kind of going and going and going and going and going, and then you just be like, hey, can you just take it down a notch? I'm listening, but just take it down. And like immediately it's like the like, something in their shoulders changes, and it's like, okay, we're settling in here. We're going to problem solve through this, while also recognizing, hey, whatever consequences happen, we're going to work through that, because there's going to be. But we've got to work through this before we get to that point.
For sure. One of my favorite things for that, the calm down thing, is just I always be like, wait. Was I there? And they're always like, you're right. Why am I yelling at you about this person sitting me out? Like, yeah, you're right. I wasn't there. I'm listening, man. I'm just sitting here. But like, it's like you said, they just want to be heard. And like, the second they see that people are listening, and the second they see that people who look like me are listening, they're even more just like, okay, I can actually come to this person later on. Now, you talked about mentorship and leadership before. Do you guys have a mentor that you kind of leaned on when you were coming up? Now, you kind of had a different story with starting off. You said you're a behavioral student. Do you have one person that kind of remember stuck out to you, like, Adan, you can be a principal, man. What are you doing?
I would have to shout out Mr. John Glow. He is a former assistant principal. That honestly, going back, he was one of my teachers at Bryan Community. And the reason why I'm shouting him out is because he was the first person that said, hey, I think you should apply for a scholarship. And I said, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Like, what is a scholarship? And why should I even do that? And he explained, if you do this scholarship, you fill this out, you can start your path on going to college and all that. And so when he, I guess, saw that in me that I did not see in myself, he started that vision for me, and he started getting me thinking about, oh, maybe I could do college. Maybe I can take the next step. And so I would definitely have to shout him out.
That's awesome. Well, shout out to Mr. Globe, you said.
Yep.
Awesome. We're going to take a quick break here, and Colin, we're going to get back to you with your answer here, but let's just send it to Harrison for our sponsors.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs has been an trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
here, still with our Northeast Rocket admin team here. Shout out to Collin, shout out to Don. Now, Collin, you and I met kind of when you were kind of working at Southeast when we met originally with my wife, and then when we became more professional friends, workers, what do you even call it? You're at Pound. Is it kind of cool to see the difference between, we talked about how we handle the kids differently, but is it kind of cool to see the difference in like, oh, these are athletes now. You got D1 athletes at Northeast versus, middle school people who are just like, I play baseball. You know what I mean? Like does it feel different kind of going to those sporting events now and being a part of an actual, culture and a team? Because here in Lincoln, middle school sports isn't really a thing as big as it is in other schools.
Absolutely. I would say that like my first year going from Southeast down to Pound, and I mean down like grade levels, I thought that honestly Friday nights not being taken up by football games was going to be awesome, or like the random Monday night volleyball game to go and supervise. And I found myself after the first year kind of thinking something's missing. Like on a Friday night, I'm sitting at home and it was great because, my kids were young and they're still young, but it was awesome to be home with them during that time. But honestly, I missed like the extracurricular. In my interview, I remember them asking like, is this something that you're going to be okay with? And I said, well, that's part of the reason why I wanted to come back. Yeah. This morning, Monday, I supervised volleyball, and then Tuesday morning, it's like you're able to give shout outs to those same kids, and what better way to build relationships and rapport with them, or going to, the Sunday matinee of the musical, and the next day being able to give them a shout out, or watching the band at a basketball game. Like there's a lot of really cool opportunities to see kids shine. Last week, I went over to Southeast for a volleyball game. Northeast was playing Southeast. I saw my middle schoolers like competing in the band, and I'm like, they were like all running over to me being like, hey, what's up, Mr. Claire? Yeah. And again, just a different light to see them in than in the hallway or at recess or whatever. So I think that stuff absolutely matters. And we've talked about being a part of something bigger than yourself. They are, and watching them be a part of that is just really, honestly, it's inspiring, and it helps me learn more about them. And it's like seeing them in those moments.
It's like compliment ammo too. Like you see them in the hallway and they need it. You're like, oh, hey, nice serve earlier. Hey, you hit that note that one time. It's just compliment ammo. That's what I always think about. What about you, Adan?
So I really like going to events. I've always liked going to the events. Honestly, as a kid, that's something I did not go to. And instead I was hanging out at McDonald's around the corner. And so
they still are too.
They still are. And so now working in the high schools, that's probably one of my favorite, going to the events, going to the Friday games. Like Collin said, even during the week I was at the Lincoln High versus Northeast one. As I went to that, so many kids that I run into, or kids that I used to work with or teach from Lincoln High, and then seeing them and actually seeing them get ready for graduation because they're seniors now. And so being able to run into them is super cool. And then also running into the students the next day and just being able to shout them out and work with them and give them that high five. And you see them in a different environment.
Yeah. It's always funny too. Like my brother's a PE teacher at Northeast or North Star.
Wait a second, what?
North Star. And we went to the North Star, I think it was Southwest football game 2 weeks ago. And I don't know if you've been. Do you remember the lights going on and off when we were playing high school football and doing the flashing lights and the halftime shows and all that? Because like that was insane. They got sleeves on. They have all that. They had the lights were flashing. I was like, we didn't even have cheerleaders. That's about all we had. But it's so crazy to think about. Like you see them playing the sport, and you're like, that is that little kid that I helped with math 2.5 hours ago. You know what I mean? But he's just like 240-pound tackle this dude and ran a 4.240. Like it's always weird to see like underneath that pad and helmet is a baby. You know what I mean? It's always funny.
Yeah.
Now being in that new school though, what does success look like for you coming into high school? Is that the graduation rate? Is that just seeing kids coming back to you and checking up on you, and like, or what does that look like? Because in middle school, you kind of want to get them ready for high school. In high school, you're kind of getting them ready for life. So what does like a successful version of that for you look like?
I would say success looks like, to me, graduation. On graduation day, that is like a very special event. And when you see them walk across the stage, give you that high five and give you that fist pump, that's when you know like you made a difference. And then you see them outside of school later, or you run into them at the grocery store, you run into them picking up some coffee or something. And that is when they remember you, hey, thank you, Martinez, for this. Thank you for that. And so really it's helping them take that next step in their journey, going from high school to college, and making sure that they know the right steps. And if they're confused or they're unsure, like connecting them to the right people, the right counselor, and just making sure they know that direction and where they're going.
Yeah. I always like to think that, like, we always say we're making little adults, we're making humans, but I always like to think we're making the person standing in line in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want the guy standing in front of me to be a jerk and not know. He didn't look at the menu the whole entire time. He's been waiting in line. Now he's looking. We got to teach the kids now to not be that jerk in front of us at the red light or whatever.
Yeah.
What's your version of success look like then, Collin?
Yeah, I think on paper, the number that gets printed is the graduation rate, the test scores. And I think that there's always going to be focus on that, and rightfully so. I mean, that's an important number for our public to see, and ultimately for kids to be able to take that next step. It's important for them to reach that graduation. I think learning content throughout classes is important, but I think really helping kids figure out what they want to go and do, finding a passion, finding something to be a part of. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
And it's not like we can sit here and like push things, but I've talked before about how LPS has so many different options for kids to start dipping their toes in things. And then we have community resources like Lighthouse that have the TIP program, that also allows for kids to do that.
Yep.
And so I think if you can find a way to kind of guide someone into some sort of field and really pass on to them the message of it's time to start figuring out what you're passionate about. I think if a kid leaves high school and says, I know what I want to go do, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I think that if a kid leaves high school and says, I don't know what I want to go do, but I want to take the next step to get me set up to that, I think that's fine too. As long as at some point they have this vision of going on and being successful in whatever they want to go and do, or whatever success looks like for them, and wanting to be a positive contributor to our community. That's what I see success as. So I rambled a lot, but I think ultimately it's wanting to contribute positively to our community and society.
And then there's one more. It's like, I know what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Like, you go into high school, like, I want to be this. It's like, no, now you know you don't want to do that. And like you said, with the TIP program, we talked about it last week on this show. Like, we had kids who go into the cement field, or we have kids that go to the construction electrician field of our TIP program. And then in that field, they fall in love with cosmetology and hair. So it's like, you were going, like, we had a girl who was going to be a concrete person. Like, her dad owns a concrete company, and now she's graduating from hair school next week. And it's just like, you had no idea that hair was your passion until you went into the concrete trades. And it's just, it's sometimes it's kind of funny to see that, because you're about to be a hard working hand, and now you paint hair. But
I think sometimes you have to try it, you have to fail, and you have to figure out that next step.
Yeah. And failure is really important, honestly. So one thing that I do kind of notice lately with society and just where our world is going with the kids is we have a lot of teacher burnout, a lot of teacher turnover, a lot of teachers coming into the workforce and then being there for 2 or 3 years and finding a way to be a tutor, stay at home nanny, or some other job. What is a way that admins are in today's world trying to keep that teacher passion up? Because there's not much you can do because of society's hammering down on it, but there's more of just like hyping them up that admins have, I guess.
I would say, honestly, come try it. Come check out the teaching field. And once you're in it, once you're doing it, once you're in the classroom, you will get that support. You will get admin staff that are going to support you and help you and make sure that you guys have the right resources so that we can keep you going and we can take that next step. With that, LPS has several programs, future teacher programs, Barb Miller and Pete Ferguson.
Miller.
Yes, working with our students to try to figure out that next step, grow your own, and really just working with our own students in the schools to figure out, hey, maybe I should become a teacher. How do I take the next steps? And then we are trying to help them take the next steps, trying to make sure that they're taking the right classes. And then once they graduate from high school, how do I do this next step? Whether that's going to Southeast, whether that's going to UNL, or going off to another college, but making sure that we can support them along the way so that in 4 or 5 years, they can come back and they can be in the classroom.
Yeah.
I'd say too, I think culture is important. I think LPS is really lucky. We have a lot of really good leaders within our district, all the way from, Dr. Scretta just got named superintendent yesterday. I mean, his visibility is phenomenal within the community.
Yeah, he's been all around.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And all the way to building administrators, to teachers within the classroom. Like there's solid leaders everywhere within our district. And I think the culture that at least I can speak to Northeast, just that Adan worked really hard last year with his team, that we're just trying to continue is like that culture within the community, within the building of we care about each other. We're on the same team.
Yeah.
We're visible. We're here to support. We're here to learn from one another. I think that's really important. And honestly, I can say in the buildings that I've served in, like I've seen that.
Yeah.
But I agree with Adan. Like, come give it a shot. You're right. There is a huge, there is an issue with teacher burnout. But I think there's a tremendous focus from our district right now to help address that.
Yeah.
And man, LPS has got some really good things going.
It was funny because you're like, I was sitting there thinking like, you said they have a great admin team that work around here. I was like, yeah, you've been lucky. You've had some great schools. I was like, wait, there's not really one that you couldn't even say that about. You know what I mean? Every school has a great admin team. I work with each school's admin team one-on-one personally, and I seriously can't think of one that I'm like, I would rather them do this a little differently. Everybody's just so open and like they ask for what you need. What could I do? What could they do to do better? It's just one thing we will brag about for LPS is Lincoln has a great public school system.
Yeah, they do.
And so what we do while we brag about them, let's go to break and get some of that sponsor money a little bit.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com. and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Rollouts have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Rollouts will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Rollouts make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Rolloffs, cleanup made simple.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we are back. We're kind of wrapping it up here with just some fun questions with our LNE admin team here. One of the things that I kind of always like to ask is just, this is not as fun, but this is more just what we do for a living. Relationships is what we do. Now, is there a phrase or a saying that you find yourself using all the time with the kids that you work with that is just like your go-to, like, this kid's doing this, I know I'm going to say that? Or is there a saying that the kids know, oh, here come Mr. Martinez, he about to say, slow down, or I don't know, what is it?
I guess I'm always clowning on kids. I probably should stop, but I can't.
Never
It's hard
stop.
to. I guess one phrase that I would always say is, we'll try again tomorrow, because every day they come through, they have their situations, things happen, but we can try again the next day. And doesn't matter if it was a rough day we can try again tomorrow and just have another day to try. So.
Yeah, I think that's so important. And that lets them know that you're still going to be there too. That's super important.
I think mine is probably just that I believe in you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think those words I've found. I mean, if people tell you that they believe in you,
yeah,
like right then and there, it's like there's this like as dark or as maybe things are going really well, it doesn't matter. Like it's gonna make you feel pretty good when you hear that.
For sure.
And so I think our kids need to hear that, good or bad. Hey, I believe in you.
Yeah.
And that just can turn some things around.
I think not enough people understand that like it's not corny and it's not stupid to say I love you to the kids and I appreciate you and that I believe in you, because they don't hear it enough. And you'll say it to a kid and you will literally see their face like, wait, you just said that to me? And it's like, no, dude, yeah, you can. I totally believe in you. You can get straight A's. I know you got straight F's right now, but like if you just try a little bit harder, like you're going to get there.
Yep.
It's crazy how little sometimes confidence they have with like just the quintessential stereotypical, you got this, will get them going.
For sure.
It's insane. Now, what's one thing you guys are still kind of learning though about being a leader?
I would say we're learning every day. We learn from each other because we have a pretty new admin team. We're just kind of learning how each other work. And I mean, there's a lot of us. And as we're learning in these last 3 months, just being able to function together as a team and really have that tight-knit community. I feel like in these 3 months, we've gotten very close and we are starting to learn, I guess, who does what and how, and make sure that we're there to support someone if, they're struggling in a certain area. We are there to support, and we're just trying to take that next step together.
Yeah, same. I mean, in general, as leaders, like I love the opportunity to work with really good leaders like Adan and everyone else on our team, because I selfishly have the opportunity to continue to grow as a leader. And there's a lot of learning that needs to be done, but as a team, as far as Northeast goes, there's four new administrators, including a principal, 5 if you count last year. So 5 new administrators in a span of 2 years. And that takes a lot of learning on how people work, how people lead, people's strengths. And our principal has done a really good job of like spending time on that, so that we know all of us have different strengths, all of us have different needs, and so we can balance each other out with that. But I think that's really important to get to know the people that you're working with and leading with, in order to lead a whether it's a company, school, whatever it is,
for sure,
organization.
Kind of goofy question, but when was the last time you guys kind of felt like a high school kid in your building? Don't get yourself in trouble now, but when was the last time? Like today for me, I was so tired at work, I just lay on the floor. And I was laying on the floor, was tapping on my computer, and the kids were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm working. Like, leave me alone. I'm working. Why does it matter where I'm at?" And they're like, "I didn't know if adults could do that." It's like, we can do whatever we want. This is my building, Like, when was the last time you guys were like, you know what? Like, I'm back in high school. This is what it feels like. Have some fun.
So I don't know if this is fun, but this is what I reflect on a lot is I'll be there with a student in a meeting and I'll have like that moment where I'm like, man, am I supposed to be here?
Yeah, I get that.
Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And that moment hits me a lot because I always reflect. And it's usually when a student is telling me a story or a problem they're having. And I go back to, oh, I had that problem, or I struggled with that same thing, or I struggled in math. And so it hits me, and I had to like reflect and realize that, hey, I'm here for that student and I'm here to support, and they are looking for me for guidance. And so I have to be there to show them that next direction and make sure that they're making the right choices. So I don't know that answered your question, but
it did.
It happens to me all the time.
But just know you are supposed to be there too, because you do a great job. Collin, what you?
My mind was kind of in the same direction. but I'll go goofy. Like same deal. You know, I want to appear as not taking myself too serious. And so it's just moments in the cafeteria when I can sit there and just like goof around with kids and talk with them. You know, whether we're giving each other crap about the game the other night or just like fun banter.
Yeah.
And that's honestly what I missed high school. What I missed in high school. Not that you can't do it in middle school, but it's just different, more mature conversations because of just their emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Like it's just a different brain on a 17-year-old than it is on a 12-year-old. And so those conversations are different, and I enjoy that opportunity to be able to have those fun conversations, joke around, and just not take myself too serious.
Sometimes it's the best feeling too. Make us smile. It's the best thing.
For sure.
2 more real quick ones. What would be Lincoln Northeast walkout song for you guys? What's the song you guys hit that's like this song is Northeast? Rocket Man? I don't know. That's a classic. I might be too old for that one.
I guess the song that comes to me is "We Are the Champions."
Oh man, this is tough. This is really putting it on the spot, Drew.
This is the hard question. This is the hard question. That's
yeah.
like your leadership style, but this is the hard question.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with Rocket Man. I like that. Heck yeah.
All right, and the one that I kind of wanted to hear the most, we had Matt Rule. You know, he went viral this week with his halftime speech. Who gives the Northeast halftime speech that gets the staff, the kids most fired up? Who would that be?
Rebecca Hiller.
Rebecca Hiller.
I would agree. Becca Hiller.
Rebecca Hiller. Shout out to Rebecca Hiller on that.
I just Rebecca her. She got mad at me. It's Becca. Becca Hiller.
I'm sorry. We got to fix that there, Harrison. Becca Hiller. Well, Becca Hiller, I'm sorry. We're going to end it on that. And we want to make sure we thank our Northeast Rocket admin team. Adan, Collin, thank you so much for being here. Harrison, thank you for all you do as per usual. Everybody listening, thank you for listening. I appreciate every single one of you. Always remember, be who you needed. See you next week.
Harvest season is coming, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere